Okay, so we've written our kind of our hello world program here, and we're going to create a new class now to get user input. Okay, so we're going to go new class, and we're going to call it user input. Okay. Now there are a lot of different ways to get user input. Okay, so we're going to create a new class. Notice I'm going to type into the name here. We're also going to do the public static void main. We're going to have it type this for us. We're going to click finish. Okay. Now we're going to use a class called scanner. Okay, so but the thing is that there is a lot of code that comes with Java. You can't load everything into one class, or your computer would end up being very slow because it would be loading so much code. So what happens is you just load just the part of the Java code that you want. Okay, so in this case, it's part of the java.util and then scanner. Okay, we need to use the import keyword first. So import java.util.scanner. Okay, notice that if I could put import first java.util, and then notice that scanner is down here. Okay, so I can double click it and then I hit enter. All right. Okay, and notice it gives me kind of this this yellow light bulb that tells me that it's not being used, but we will use it. All right, so we're going to use this scanner class to get some user input. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just give the user a prompt. So we're going to put system.out .println. Okay, I'm going to hit the up arrow so that now notice that this print stream. See when I hit the up arrow, notice that print. If I take my mouse off it, notice how that print stream goes down below. Okay, or it goes down the list of possible commands. Okay, so if I hit enter on the string, right, it didn't really matter which one I hit the enter on, but we are going to use a string. So I put the string in quotes and we say, what is your name? Okay, so it's going to give our question. So what is our name is going to be our question. And in the next line, what we're going to do is we're going to ask the user for input. So we're going to declare the variable type. So we're going to get into variables a little bit later, but how you declare a variable in Java is that you put the variable type first. Okay, so in this case it's scanner, right? And then we're going to put the name of our scanner. So then we're going to call it just SCR. Okay. And then we're going to put scanner, and in parentheses we're going to put system in. Okay. All right. So that's going to give us our line there. Oop, and I forgot something, right? Because I forgot the word new. So new scanner system in. Okay. So, and don't forget the semicolon at the end. Okay, so here's our next line. Okay, so we imported the Java utility scanner, right? That's just a portion of code called scanner inside utility inside this main Java code base. Next then we come in here, this is our class, right? Our class is called user input. And inside user input, our main method here, the default method called main, we're going to give the user a prompt. It's going to say, what's your name? We're going to start a new scanner for system in. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to read that value that we get from the scanner into a variable. Okay, so we're going to call this string. We're going to call it username. Okay. Oops, It's not string, it's string. Okay, string username, and we can say that equals scanner. That's the name of our scanner. Dot next. Okay, and that's how the scanner is going to read it in. So in one line here, actually we can split it out into 2 lines. So we just declare our username, right? So we're going to have a string called username, and inside we're going to use username to store whatever the person has typed in as their name. Okay, so that's our next line. So this SCR, that's the name of our scanner. We read the next thing that it comes out, right? Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the same thing again, and we're going to say system.out. And we're going to say print ln, right? Print ln, and we're going to say hello. Now there are a couple of different ways to do this. We could say, instead of line, remember line's just printing something out with a line break at the end, right? So we could say print hello, and then we can say system print system.out.print ln, and then we can print out the contents of our variable, right? Okay. All right. So there is how we're going to get user input, as simple as that. So let's go ahead and run it. All right, so we're going to click run. It says, what is your name? And then in the console, notice down here, down below, it says, what is your name? My name is Frank. I hit enter. It says, hello, Frank. So there we go. So we got our user input, right? So we gave the user a prompt, the user gave us some input, and we used that input to put something else out, right? Okay, let's take this and just kind of collapse a little bit so we know what we're doing here. So we're going to take this last line out. We're going to use just a plus. So we're going to do string, what's called string concatenation, right? Okay, so we're basically going to add these strings together. Okay, so we're going to add a question mark at the end. We're going to call it a print line, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and run this again. So what is your name? My name is Frank. Hello, Frank. Oops, it doesn't make any sense. I should have put a exclamation point. All right, so what you're going to do is go ahead and write this program, and then try to just ask it something else, right? Make it ask the user something else, and then print out whatever the user puts in. Good luck.